I thought I would do a short update after having this for 2 weeks. I debated on waiting 2 more weeks and doing an update after I had it for a month. But I know that some of you are still looking at purchasing this and you're having trouble finding it in stock. And so that gives you a little bit of time to continue to think about whether this is something that will work for you or not. And so here's my experience after 2 weeks. I love the device. I use it every day. It is if I haven't mentioned the name, it's the Lenovo Lenovo Duet Chromebook, Chrome tablet, however you want to mention it. I will say I've been using it mostly as a tablet because with kind of COVID-19, my workflow has changed somewhat. And so I'm not using Chromebooks nearly as much as what I was before COVID-19. I'm sure that will change. So I have used it as a Chromebook some, and my experience has been fantastic using it as a Chromebook. It works very, very well. Using it as an Android tablet, it's still a good experience, but I would not put it in the fantastic category. Why? Because this is not an Android tablet. This is a Chromebook. And Android is still in process. They're still making progress on it. In fact, I downloaded or updated to Chrome OS 83 last night and makes things a little bit better. How much better? I don't know. I'm going to have to spend some more time with it. But each update, the hope is that the Android side and the tablet side get a little bit better. My experience of using this tablet is similar to my experience of using the HP X2 Chromebook, which is a detachable. I used it mostly as a Chromebook, but from time to time I would use it as a tablet, found it a little bit too big, too heavy. This is a much better size, so I'm finding that I'm using Android apps a lot more. I'm using this as a tablet a lot more than what I did with the HP. That being said, and I mentioned that my experience with using this as an Android tablet, wasn't fantastic. And my issues are, from time to time, I will have difficulty with apps. They will freeze. I have a Bible program that from time to time will stop updating the display. For a while, I thought it was freezing because I would go to turn a page, and so I would hit the screen to turn the page, and it wouldn't turn the page. I'd hit it again, it wouldn't turn the page. I'd hit something else, it wouldn't respond. So I would exit out, or maybe from time to time I'd even go to another app and then come back into the Bible app, and I noticed it was at a different place. Even if I exited out completely and got back in, it would be in a different place in the book. And so I realized that maybe it isn't freezing, it's just not updating the screen, that behind the scenes it is taking all the inputs and everything's working, but it's just not updating. I've had a few other apps that will freeze and I will have to exit out. I think there's been one time the past 2 weeks that I've had to turn the tablet off because, and this was before the Chrome OS 83 update, there wasn't any way for me that I could see to exit out, and the gestures weren't working. And so I didn't feel I had any other option. The good news is it only took about, 10, 15 seconds to get back to where I was. And so that's a nice thing with Chromebooks. One thing I did notice, and I'll share this because maybe some of you are having the same issue, there are gestures now. And one of the gestures is you're supposed to be, see if I can get it, okay. You're supposed to be able to swipe up, and that's supposed to go away, but it doesn't. And this is an issue that I had on my X2, and I kept thinking, I've got to be doing something wrong because it isn't working. I see all these other reviews, they're doing these gestures. It wasn't working for me. And what I think I've discovered is I have the shelf down here set to auto hide. And when you have that set to auto hide, the first time you swipe up, it brings up the shelf. And then the next time you swipe, that's what it's supposed to do. It's the second time you swipe up if you have the shelf to auto hide. When I first got this, I did not have the shelf to auto hide, and the gestures worked just fine. So that's just a little FYI. So to summarize why I'm doing this video is because I know some of you probably haven't bought it yet. Maybe you're still thinking about it. If you buy this thinking it is going to be a perfect Android tablet, I think you'll be disappointed. Most of the apps, I believe, will probably work just fine. I'll show you one here. The YouTube Studio app does not rotate. You still have, from time to time, some screen resizing issues. And these are like app dependent. Some apps work perfectly, others not so much. That was my experience on the X2. So it's not the tablet, it is Android apps on Chrome. And so I think if you purchase this knowing that and going into that in mind, with that in mind, I think you'll have a much better and happier experience. Again, it's $300. There's a lot of stuff they could have done. They could have put a fingerprint scanner. They could have put SD card slot reader on it. That, you start putting those features in and the prices go up. So I am happy with my purchase. I am satisfied. I know what I've got, and I find it extremely useful in my everyday workflow. So that's it for me. I hope you're having a great day, and until next time, enjoy your tech.